Boom.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me here today and having us here today. My name is Terry Kaufman. Unfortunately, I'm not connected with Kaufman, the Kaufman Foundation. I wish I was. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here pitching to you. Just forgive me, I've got a little bit of a cold, so my voice may go in and out, but hopefully you'll still hear what I have to say. So I'd like you to I'm going to take you to another place. I want you to imagine that you have the ability to send a gift to someone for any reason, and that gift you don't even have to think about. It's the perfect gift. They'll love whatever it is you send them. You don't have to think about how they get it because they get it like that. And it's a gift that costs less than $10. And you can send it instantly, and they get it instantly, and they love it. So that's the whole idea behind CupAJoy. CupAJoy is what we like to call a spontaneous gifting gesture. It gives people a way of sending a spontaneous gift for less than $10 because everyone needs joy in their lives. And we believe we are a one-of-a-kind gifting solution. So what is our market? It's a pretty big market. It's pretty much anybody who loves coffee or tea or anything in a cup. And it is people who give gifts. And I would venture to say that's probably everybody in this room and everybody that you know. And what our mission is to build communities. We do that by partnering with local independent coffee houses. So that's our community, is the local coffee houses. And then our mission is also to support women coffee growers around the world through the International Women's Coffee Alliance. Competitively, there's not anything that is exactly what we do. We are unique, but you can think about the coffee gifting solutions that you already know about, like Starbucks, like Pete's, and those are great, but those are corporate. For us, the idea is building the independent coffee community and introducing people to the great local coffee culture. There is an app that's out there called Cups, which is primarily in New York City, and they also work with independent coffee houses, but it's a subscription service. So you pay a monthly amount to get unlimited coffee at the participating coffee houses. And then, of course, you can send gifts. You can send gift cards for all kinds of things. This is a little bit different. This is not a gift card. This is a cup. What you're sending somebody is a cup of coffee, tea, or anything else they would like to drink that they can get at that local independent site. So no guesswork. It's one size fits all. Not like a gift card where it's got $5 on it. They go in to the coffee house, they swipe it, and now suddenly they've got $2.27 left on it. They're going to go in and they're going to have whatever they want from the menu, one cup of anything they want. It's a gift. Don't have to think about it. It's just something nice. It's an easy price point. You don't lose sleep over spending less than $10 for a nice gift to send to somebody. And it's instant and easy, very simple. So we are, I'm looking at the heading, that's not exactly right, but it's a timeline. And we are right now in Sacramento with plans to expand down to the Bay Area, down to Southern California, eventually across the United States. We want to build those markets as we move from city to city. We are primarily focused on coffee culture cities, and there are a lot of them across the United States. So you can imagine being a day where you can wake up in the morning like Shell, our founder, did one morning, and she said, oh my gosh, I want to send a cup of coffee to somebody. But you can figure out a way to do that. How nice to be able to get that Facebook message that says, it's your best friend's birthday today, and you go, oh my gosh, I forgot to send him something. And he's in Boston, Massachusetts. What the heck can I send him that he can use? How nice to be able to go on your phone, go on your tablet, and send a cup of coffee that you can walk down the street and redeem at a local independent coffee house. This is our team. So Shell, who is here with me, is our founder, our Chief Visionary Officer. She was the founder of a very successful global franchise called CupAJoy, which is all across the country and around the world. My background, I am now the CEO, and I was a corporate attorney. I was in-house counsel for USCS International for 10 years, and then I was at Intel. So that's my background. Don't hold that against me. I am an attorney. But I think I'm kind of a visionary as well. Mary Santos, who's here as well, is in charge of our partner and sponsor relationships. She is a coffee roaster, so she certainly knows the industry. She also is the president of the International Women's Coffee Alliance, which is the nonprofit that we are supporting. And so she, if you want to know about what it is like for the women who are harvesting and growing the coffee for us, what their lives are like and how we can impact them and raise their standard of living and provide resources, please feel free to talk to her. Todd is our CTO. He is also the founder and CEO of Rogue Startup in Philadelphia. So they are developing our product, and he specifically works with startup companies. So we're very, very fortunate to be working with him. And then we just brought on board our marketing strategist. She's in Silicon Valley and has an extensive marketing background. So we're very fortunate now to have such a strong team. Right now, we are, our intent is to get this absolutely right here in this market so that we can scale this all across the country. That's our goal. So we launched in October, very small, with an MVP. And that's our beta launch. We started with 14 coffee houses. We now have more coffee houses in Sacramento, and we actually now have 4 coffee houses that are part of our group in New Braunfels, Texas. So that's kind of a little outlier, but Shell has connections there, and when she was back there visiting her family, she actually went in and talked to coffee houses, and they said, sure, sign me up. For the coffee houses, there's no cost. It's free advertising, it's new traffic, it's new customers that are now discovering them and building their brand loyalty. So there's no downside for the companies, for the coffee houses at all. It's all upside. So we anticipate 5,000 users in each city in our first 6 months. Conservatively, users sending 2 CupAJoys per month. And right now, we realize that our best entry point are small to mid-sized companies and service providers, primarily realtors, because what a nice thing for them to be able to give to as customer to recognize thank you new customers, to help people get settled into their neighborhoods, to introduce them to their local coffee houses. But we see also insurance agents, coaches, anybody who needs an easy, low price point way to thank customers for their business, to thank their colleagues for referrals, to, especially for companies, to recognize their employees. So that introduces us to a larger audience. Down the road, we would like to do some strategic partnerships and sponsorships. We are, again, our forecast is to be launching in 3 geographic locations in our first 3 years, each year in our first 3 years, and then grow it so that by 2021 we'll be in our 24th market. Our next iteration, we already have the domain for CupAJoy, which would give you the ability to send somebody a glass of wine or beer. We see that that's a logical next step for us. And we are right now in early stage fundraising. We are trying to raise $100,000 to get our app created. So right now it's a very robust, fully functional mobile website, but we'd like to get an app that will have a lot more bells and whistles, including gaming applications. We obviously need to build our channel partner and sales team and have a much more robust go-to-market strategy for the medium and large companies. We will primarily be focused on our marketing strategy. That's huge for us, getting the word out. We do believe that at some point this will go viral. It's such a it's really such a no-brainer, both for the users and for the coffee houses. There's really no downside for anybody. But we also want to be able to, keep evolving the product so it has a lot more, it's much more responsive as our market grows. And ultimately, we would like to be acquired. And we see this as a perfect acquisition for Facebook or LinkedIn. It's such a perfect fit for them. Can you imagine getting a message that says, it's your best friend's birthday, now what would you like to do? Send them a CupAJoy. Click right here. So that is it.
I let you go 10 minutes. So, it goes fast when you're up here, doesn't it?
Sure does. All right.
So one of the things we like to ask is, what can this community do to help you?
So we would like, obviously, to be meeting with impact investors. We believe that this is a great investment for socially involved investors. We obviously, we believe there's going to be a great return on their investment, but we also believe in the mission, which is building communities and supporting the global coffee growers. So that's our number one priority right now, is raising capital. That's kind of top of mind. We also are doing focus groups. So we've done focus groups now with college students. We're going to be having a focus group with realtors in the next week. We want to be understanding what the market is looking for. Who would be using this? What are the things that people are tripping over, if anything? It's interesting because it's a disruptive model. People go like, how does this work? How can this? Even the coffee houses don't understand. They say, what's the catch? How can you do this and not charge us anything? And we actually pay them. We pay them for the coffee. So, just getting the word out and identifying who our target markets are. So if you can connect us with realtors, we'd love to get connected with realtors, with other service professionals like insurance agents and brokers, anybody else that you can think of that might be a good market for us, so that we can do some focus groups to find out what they're looking for and how we can satisfy their requirements.
We'll open it up for general questions.
I'm going to join.
Okay. Oh yes, Shelley, come on up.
I'm sorry it went so long.
What is, as a coffee house, what technology do they need to?
None. That's what's
Is it a QR code or like?
No, this is how simple it is. If I send you a CupAJoy, it'll, first of all, I'll tell you, you can click on there and it'll show you all of the independent coffee houses that you can redeem at. And then when you go into the coffee house and say, hey, I got a CupAJoy, the first thing hopefully the barista is going to say is, what's the occasion? Say, I just got a promotion. Congratulations, what would you like? And then you're going to hand over your device, your mobile device, and they're going to punch in a 4-digit PIN that's unique to them. That's how we know it was redeemed at their site. There's no swipe fees for them. There's no cost to them at all. No investment for them at all. And what we also know is that if you're getting a free cup of coffee, first of all, you're probably not going to go by yourself. You're going to go in with somebody else. So now they've got 2 new customers who maybe never would have gone to that coffee house. Secondly, if you're getting a free cup of coffee, you're much more likely to spring for an upsell. You're going to get a muffin or a bagel. So we are actually asking our coffee houses to add a SKU to track the additional business that they're getting from this.
One other thing that I just wanted to say is that when they put the code in, it goes into an office on our back office on our site, so they can actually track every CupAJoy that comes in, which very few advertisers, if any, really allow you. There's really no way to do that. With CupAJoy, they can actually do that.
So in their back office, they can see how many redemptions, what, like when they were busiest, when they were least busy, all of that. What times, what days.
So I think that, I guess some feedback I would say is we should say that. That's a huge selling point in my mind.
For what?
For as a coffee house, if you come in and say like, you're getting free advertising and our website is automatically tracking how well our app is helping you, then you have a way in however many months to go in and say, look, we increased business for this person X amount.
You have that.
We actually have an infographic, I have it on my tablet, but it's an infographic that shows the coffee houses that they will never lose money. We always are paying them enough to cover the cost of what they're pouring for you, whatever it is that they're pouring for you. They're always making money. Plus, if you take into account the free advertising, the no swipe fees, all of the other pieces of this, it's like exponentially more that they're getting than all they're doing is pouring a cup of coffee.
That's great.
Yeah, so there's education that we're doing with them as well.
Yeah.
So like the app integration, as far as where you'll be able to send the person to get the copy, is it just going to be shown like as a list, or would you be possibly having like maybe Google Maps integrated in or something like that?
At some point that will definitely be part of it. Right now, when you click on it, it'll just show you the list of coffee houses in your area.
It does show a
With
Google
a map.
but it doesn't, I don't think if you put CupAJoy, it will come up at this point, but it shows you where it's located on the map.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
It's a great idea, it's clean, it's simple, it's got a lot of upsides to it. Very well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
What's been the feedback on the trials in Sacramento?
The coffee houses love this, the ones that are part of the
Right,
community,
yeah.
because it's so simple for them.
Okay, so from the coffee house perspective, it's well received, right?
It
You
is.
have a couple of different customers, right? You got the back-end infrastructure, you gotta get coffee houses, you gotta get your partners lined up. And then you've got customers, you're targeting realtors. So it sounds like you're just beginning to get to the end.
It's actually, I would say we actually have four
We have
different
multiple,
markets.
yeah.
We have the coffee houses, we have the users like you and me.
Right, that's an education process.
Right, and we have the companies. We actually now have an agreement with Safe Credit Union, so they are now participating in this. Eventually we'll have a subscription service, so you can your company can sign up for $50 a month if you want to, to make it very easy to be able to do that. I know there's another,
College students.
well, the college students. yeah.
College students, we did a focus group last couple of weeks ago, and they had said that they would love to do a subscription. They would do at least minimum two a month.
In
So-
terms of giving, not receiving.
The
right?
giving,
So there's
they would be the
yeah.
well, they'd love to get it too. One of the things we asked them is, how quickly will you redeem? Because redeeming is an issue. We want to get people out to redeem because coffee houses don't get paid until somebody redeems.
Right.
So they said right away, they're one of our big target markets. They're going to be the college kids.
Yeah, the millennials.
Yeah.
As far as receiving the gift.
Receiving and redeeming and gifting, all three.
So I have a question about your revenue model right now is people pay for the gift and you take something from that, right? And and you're not charging the coffee shops places, but I wondered if, as it becomes more popular, if you could offer some kind of advertising or something like that to a coffee shop so that it, pops up, like when they're looking at the coffee places,
Yes.
they get something like that. Is that in your plan for the future?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of, you can imagine, it's endless what
Yeah.
we can do. It really is. So-
It is endless. I just wondered if you had, is that stage 2? Is that something you've talked to coffee shops about yet, if they'd be
No, we
interested?
We haven't, and that's actually a really great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And again, we just brought our marketing strategist on board, so we'll be doing a much more robust PR and advertising. We don't want to pay for advertising right now because we're so new. So it's really, for us, it's mostly word of mouth,
Ross has been carrying me going around to the coffee houses.
Right, yeah, and I didn't mean you advertising, I meant the coffee houses
Yeah.
advertising. And are you an app or a website?
It's a mobile website right now. It will be an app. We want to get everything right with the mobile website because we don't want to have to rebuild the app. Once we get once we get it all, everything locked in, that's when we're going to go to a native app.
And could you do something like, there's probably some programmers in here, but I don't know, Facebook API, whatever. Could you do something on your app, like if they connect their Facebook, give them a notification that, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday, would you like to buy them a cup of joy?
Oh, there's, yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Do you plan on giving away any free cups of coffee?
So for subscriptions, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, you know, if you are a service provider or a company and you sign up for so many per month, you're going to get so many additional for free.
Well, if just thinking about your market, you know, young professionals that have to be to work early in the morning and drinking lots of coffee. So maybe if you can find some bigger companies or corporations to maybe get involved, maybe there's some kind of promo or something where you give the company, have the whole company download the app and then give free cups of coffee to their coworkers or something in the morning because everybody's drinking coffee anyways. Or like especially state jobs around here, everybody's a state worker around here, so if you can get like the state involved.
Right, and actually we would love to be getting into the state agencies. I mean, we see that we actually have, one of our coffee houses is directly across the street from the Capitol.
Exactly, so maybe you can get them involved in giving free cups of coffee to their coworkers or something like that, and then have a bunch of people downloading the app just to get their free cup.
So right now, because we are so bootstrapped, we really can't, we don't have the financial wherewithal to do that. When we raise the capital, it'll give us a lot more breathing room to be able to think about doing things like that.
So you mentioned if someone gets one of these, they get a free cup of coffee, they take a friend. You've seen that happen? That's what people do?
Yeah, most people don't go by themselves to get coffee.
So we're talking.
Because you're driven if you're going to the coffee shop by yourself, and if not, if you go with a friend, like, oh, I got a free cup, you gotta come with me, you gotta come with me.
Coffee house, and if it's a great experience, now you've discovered in a coffee house, you're going to go back again. You're going to go back again. Now they've got a dedicated, loyal customer that otherwise would have gone to the Starbucks down the street.
So it's when they ask for CupAJoy, it signals a new customer, and here's how you acquire. It's up to them to acquire the customer.
Treat
But they
them
get that
nicely.
signal. They know that that's what's bringing them in there.
Right.
So.
Right.
Just a point of information, a state employee cannot receive a gift worth more than $5, and that could be a problem for you. So your comment about state employees and stuff like that, you'll have to be real careful with that.
Got it. That's
Can they
good.
get it from
That's
their
good to know.
supervisors? Can their
I can't
supervisors
answer to
give
that.
them?
I know that as a vendor, they cannot.
Okay, that's good. That's good information.
Will the cups, will they ever expire if they're not redeemed in a certain?
No, it never expires. It's any gift like that, you cannot ever let it, so it never will expire. What happens is now, when somebody hasn't redeemed, they'll get a little reminder, like every month, they'll get a monthly reminder saying, don't forget to redeem your CupAJoy. And at some point, they'll have an option to donate the entire amount to the International Women's Coffee Alliance.
Okay, that was
Because
my next
because
question.
we don't want to carry it on our books forever. At some point, they can donate the entire.
Oh, so it is re-giftable, right?
It's not
Don't know that.
re-giftable, they can donate it back.
Okay.
It's it's unique, they can't pass it on to somebody, they can either redeem it themselves,
Okay.
or they can donate it back.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, good.
gift cards don't
Okay.
To our
send reminders.
nonprofit.
But let's say if I receive one and I've all of a sudden stopped drinking coffee, can I send it to my friend?
No, because it's unique to your device.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
But you could take your friend out.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
can take it out and use your.
and you can use it for tea, you can use it for hot chocolate,
There you go.
whatever you can think about, you can get it in a cup.
So I think you should approach HR departments at large corporations because they're always looking for plug and play, things that are good company perks for their employees. And if there's a philanthropic play on it as well. For instance, when you go to San Francisco, Salesforce and the Academy of Arts are the largest real estate owners in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
So you would
I
be
didn't know.
canvassing all of San Francisco in one fell swoop.
Oh my gosh.
And the
Mary,
employees
did you
have
get
to,
that?
the employees have to walk from building to building, travel, so there's coffee shops along the way. which
Oh,
you
that's
could-
fantastic.
And then
Wow.
the CEO of Salesforce is extremely philanthropic. So the fact that you have the fact that you guys have that type of play on it might give you a competitive advantage. You'd be hitting tens of thousands of people.
They would make
And
a great,
that'd be a nice little entry into San Francisco.
That would be
So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
well, the San Francisco, I think San Francisco is pretty open. I think we're gonna do well once we get there.
Yeah.
Especially with the coffee shops going into the new Salesforce Tower. There'll be a lot of people going down to get coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somehow I missed the philanthropic piece. Could you restate that?
We wanted to give back, you know, we're calling this a Pay It Forward Give Back app, and the Pay It Forward is that when you redeem your CupAJoy, you're going to get a message that says, now whose day would you like to make? We want people to pay it forward. You had a great experience, so that's the Pay It Forward. The Give Back is that when we are in profit mode, we will be donating a portion of our revenue to the International Women's Coffee Alliance, which supports women coffee growers who actually, they represent about 80% of the coffee growers around the world. And they, you know, what we pay, you know, you buy a pound of coffee for what, $20, and they get paid pennies for that. So we really want
Without them, they bring us the beans that we absolutely need for our fix.
So I have time for one more
Mary is
question.
president.
Is there someone who hasn't asked a question yet who wants to ask? Why don't you want to go ahead and ask your question?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
And feel free to come up and